Welcome to Educon. This is Imam with you. In this session, we'll discuss about cytokinesis. In earlier session, we finished karyokinesis, that is the division of nucleus. Now we'll talk about cytokinesis, that is the division of cytoplasm into two daughter cells. So mitosis accomplished not only the segregation of duplicated chromosomes into daughter nuclei, but the cell itself is divided into two daughter cells, because through the separation of cytoplasm called cytokinesis. Separation of cytoplasm is cytokinesis, at the end of which cell division gets completed. So here we have this representation. So here the cytoplasm divide and the two daughter cells are formed. In an animal cell, this is achieved by the appearance of a furrow. Furrow means this like. Okay, this is called furrow. Slowly it deepens and it breaks into two cells. Okay. So in an animal cell, this is achieved by the appearance of a furrow in the plasma membrane. The furrow gradually deepens and ultimately joins in the center, dividing the cell cytoplasm into two. That is, as I show you how exactly the cell got divided. Plant cell, however, are enclosed by a relatively inextensible cell wall. Okay, therefore they undergo cytokinesis by different mechanisms. In plant cells, wall formation starts in the center of the cell and grows outwards to meet the existing lateral walls. Okay, so I'll show you how exactly this works. So in animal cells, so if this is the one cell and these are the, slowly this furrow develops and break into one and two daughter cells. Whereas in plant cells, okay, this is the plant cell. Okay, the division starts from the center. Slowly it runs towards the wall and divide into two cells. Okay, so in plant cells, wall formation starts in the center of the cell and goes outward to meet the existing lateral walls. Okay, here we need to remember outward. Okay, goes outwards. Okay, maybe you might be having like sentence based questions. Which of the following sentence is true? The formation of new cell wall begins with the formation of simple precursor called the cell plate. That is, it forms in the middle of the cell that represent the middle lamella between the walls of two adjacent cells. Okay, the formation of new cell wall begins with the formation of simple precursor called the cell plate. So here how the cell wall is forming, with the simple precursor, which is cell plate, that represents the middle lamella between the walls of the two adjacent cells. At the time of cytoplasmic division, organelles like mitochondria and plastids get distributed between the two daughter cells. In some organisms, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis, as a result of which multinucleate conditions arise, leading to the formation of syncytium. Okay, example like liquid endosperm in coconut. Liquid endosperm in coconut. So what is the important point? Cytoplasm, division of cytoplasm, it occurs after M phase, that is a mitosis phase, when the nucleus got divided into two daughter nuclei. Then soon the cell got divided into two daughter cells. Fine. And also in plant cell, the formation of the cell wall starts from the center of the cell, whereas in animal cells, it forms from it is towards inside the cell, like a furrow which deepens and resulting formation of two daughter cells. And also the formation of cell wall begins with the simple precursor, which is called as cell plate, and which represents the middle lamella between the walls of the two adjacent cells. And during the cytoplasmic division, organelles like mitochondria, plastids get distributed between the, okay, during, for example, when will be the organelles like mitochondria and plastids get distributed like in which phase? Okay, mitochondria plastids get distributed in during division. So that is during cytokinesis. Okay, remember, in some organism, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis. The division of the nucleus occurs, okay, but division of the cytoplasm doesn't happen. As a result of which, the cell will be having more than one nucleate, which is called as multinucleate condition, okay, which leading to the formation syncytium. Okay, example, you can take liquid endosperm in coconut. Okay, this is the important, this, you know, what is the example of liquid and find the true statement about liquid endosperm in coconut. Okay, here it is a multinucleate. Okay, that we need to remember. This is from NCERT class 11 biology. What is the significance of mitosis? Okay, mitosis or the equational division, as we said earlier, okay, is usually restricted to diploid cells only. Okay, mitosis is restricted to the diploid cells only. However, there are some exceptions, like in some lower plants and in some social insects, haploid cells also divide by mitosis. Okay, haploid cells also divide by mitosis. Examples like social insect like honeybee, we can take that example. It is very essential to understand the significance of this division in the life of an organism. So, are you aware of some examples where you have studied about haploid and diploid insects? That we will take a will be having the short notes on that soon. And mitosis usually results in production of diploid daughter cells. Okay, mitosis usually results in the production of diploid daughter cells with identical genetic complement. Okay, the growth of multicellular organisms is due to mitosis. See, growth is due to mitosis. Okay, growth in multicellular organisms like animals, plants, like humans, all this because of mitosis. Because one cell got divided into two, the 2 into 4, 4 into 8, this process goes on. Even in the largest animals, this is the same process. Okay, the growth of multicellular organisms is due to mitosis. Cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay, cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. It therefore becomes essential for the cell to divide to restore the nucleocytoplasmic ratio. What is cell growth? Cell growth means doubling, you know, from one cell to two cells. This is called, and also cytoplasmic increase is also called a cell growth. Cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay, that is the ratio. Here it is the ratio. Okay, it therefore becomes essential for the cell to divide and also to restore the exact nucleo and cytoplasmic ratio after the division also. Okay, a very significant contribution of mitosis is cell repair. Okay, so what we learn here, mitosis usually results in the production of diploid daughter cells with identical genetic complement. Okay, number one. And the other is mitosis or the equational division is usually restricted to diploid cells only. However, there are some exceptions where in some lower plants and also in some social insects, haploid cells also divide by mitosis. That is exception, you must remember. Then the growth of multicellular organism is due to mitosis. Okay, the growth is due to mitosis because as I told you, from one cell, 2 daughter cells, from 2, 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, it continues. This process is continuous. So you can see the largest animal walking on the face of the earth. It is also, the growth is attained due to mitosis. The cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and cytoplasm. This is the important thing, because and it is essential for the survival of the cell. And one of the significant contribution of mitosis is cell repair. The cells of the upper layer of the epidermis, okay, cells of the lining, upper layer of the epidermis, our skin, okay, or anything, okay, so anything means on the surface, epidermis, cells of the lining of the gut and blood cells are being constantly replaced. Okay, This is one of the important point. You need to remember this line. Okay, the cells of the upper layer of the epidermis, cells of the lining of the gut, and blood cells are being constantly replaced because they get damaged. Okay, so they replace, and they'll be having certain lifetime for each cell. For example, for blood cells, even for the cells which is present in the gut, they have certain life, their lifetime. So based on that, they get replaced. Once they get damaged, they will replace. They will get replaced. Mitotic divisions in the meristematic tissues, that is apical and lateral cambium. This meristematic tissue will discuss separately in another chapter. Okay. Now remember, mitotic divisions in the meristematic tissues are apical and lateral cambium. Results in a continuous growth of plants throughout their life. Okay. The mitotic divisions which occurs in meristematic tissues. What are the meristematic tissues? They are the apical and the lateral cambium. Okay. Here the growth is continuous and throughout their lifetime. Now in next session we will talk about meiosis. For all the students who are listening to these videos, after listening the videos, please go through your NCERT book, read it again and again and again, so you will understand the book properly, because most of the NEET questions are coming from the NCERT biology books only. Because our aim should be in biology. If you target 360 out of 350 out of 360 or 360 out of 360, will be having big weightage in the final result. So after going through the video class, surely go again, read the book by yourself 1, 2, 3 times more, because the more you revise, the more you remember the things. Okay, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.